Acha, kindly share with us your personal reminiscences with His Grace Dr. Paulos Mar Gregorios.
ഗ്രിഗോറിയോസ് തിരുമേനിയെ കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒത്തിരി ഓർമ്മകൾ മനസ്സിലുണ്ട്. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് it goes back to 1985, the year in which I joined the seminary. When I think back to my first year at the seminary, I remember Dr. Paulos Mar Gregorios as someone who truly made an impact on my personal life. He was incredibly wise and spiritually deep-rooted. But what I remember most is how he made the difficult ideas easy to understand and apply to our daily lives. ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് ഓർക്കുന്നത്, സെമിനാറിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയർ പഠിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു ലീഡേഴ്സ് ട്രെയിനിങ് പ്രോഗ്രാം ഒരു 40 ദിവസത്തേക്ക് USA-ലാണ്. അതിന്റെ സെലക്ഷൻ ക്രൈറ്റീരിയ വളരെ വ്യത്യസ്തമായിരുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ഡിഫറെന്റ് വോക്സ് ഓഫ് ലൈഫിൽ നിന്ന് യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സിനെ ചൂസ് ചെയ്യും. അതിലൊരു സെമിനാരിയിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിനെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കും. അതിന് വളരെ വ്യക്തമായ ഒരു കാഴ്ചപ്പാട്, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഒരു ഫൈനൽ ഇയർ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനെ മാത്രമാകാൻ. Instead, he chose a group of people from various years, first year, second year, third year, and final year. And we sit together in his cabin, and we have had a group discussion on different ideas. And again, he conducted personal interview with each and everyone. And on the basis of this group discussion and the personal interaction, and on the personal profile, he chose the right candidates for the program. And luckily, I was one among them. At the very same time, the flip side, quite unfortunate, the program was dropped. That was due to some internal church politics, I would say. I did not want to reveal it now. What I would like to say is, he was just not a teacher. He cared about our growth in every way, I would say, spiritually and personally. He had a special way of helping us to see God in everyday moments. Encouraging us to think carefully and live with an intention. Dr. Gregorios Sirmeni was a mentor who continues to guide us. And the lessons I've learned from him still shape my life even today.
So Mar Gregorios says, the priest's vocation is a vocation to be nothing. On the one hand, he has to constantly merge his identity with Christ, and on the other hand, he should be constantly identified with his own people. He does not live for himself. How relevant is this statement in our present scenario of priestly ministry?
Well, Dr. Paulos Gregorios Sirmeni's statement that a priest's vocation is a vocation to be nothing is deeply relevant today, I would say. It speaks to the idea of self-denial. ഇപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, the way he teaches us in the classroom and the way he presented the thing at the devotional talks in connection with the kenotic passage from the Pauline letter to Philippians, all about the Christ self-denial, self-emptying nature, which is the heart of the Christ ministry. Just as Jesus lived, not for himself, but for others, priests are called to take on the mind of Christ. And then particularly, I would highlight the Pauline word, the mind of Christ, merging their identity with Jesus Christ and staying closely connected with their people. In a world where self-promotion is common, even in the spiritual realm also, PR work is quite common now. And of course, this call to put the needs of the community above their own is more crucial, ensuring that priests truly reflect Christ's love and guidance in their ministry. So that particular statement is more relevant today. That's what I feel and I believe.
So in what ways a priest can guide youngsters in the Orthodox faith, especially in the light of upcoming artificial intelligence and modern technological advancements?
Well, Lachan, a priest can guide young people in the Orthodox faith while they navigate artificial intelligence and modern technology by focusing on a few key areas, I would say. The first and foremost, we have to work for grounding them in faith. We should teach the core Orthodox values like love, humility, caring, sharing, and the community strength to give them a strong spiritual foundation. So the teaching ministry have to be promoted to deep-root the faith of the youngsters. And the second one, mindful use of technology. Encourage the responsible and ethical use of technology. We usually used to say 3 words: use, misuse, and abuse. Making sure the online support, the spiritual life rather than it distracts from it. And we should be focused on them, and we should take care for the mindful use of technology. And the third one is discernment. Help the youngsters to think critically. And we should have an openness to listen from them, to interact with them, to be with them. Let them think critically about what they find in online and make choices that align with their faith. And if you are giving ample provisions for the same and platform for the same, definitely we can achieve them. And the fourth one, a community support should be there. Create a strong church community where they can talk about the challenges of technology and support each other in living out in their faith. Quite often, we are keeping always away from them. And we have to keep them very close and make sure that we are and they are the part of the community. We should support them. And we should have a free mind and free thinking to keep them very close to us. And finally, an ethical leadership should be there. Inspire them to use their skills in the technology for good, creating tools and innovations that reflects Orthodox values. And by focusing on these particular areas, very sure a priest can help our youngsters, the upcoming generation, the young people, stay deep-rooted in the Orthodox faith while navigating the modern world.
How important is the role of parents in strengthening the priestly ministry of our church?
Well, that question is more relevant, especially in the Orthodox Church tradition. Parents have a major role in supporting the priestly ministry. They are the first to teach their children about the faith, showing them how to pray and showing them how to attend the liturgical service meaningfully and how to live by Orthodox values by building a strong spiritual foundation at home. Parents can help their children grow up with a respect for the church and its priest. When parents are active in the church life and encourage their children to join in, pretty sure they help create a strong, vibrant community that support the priest and their works. But of course, from the experience of the 3 decades, I can strongly say that the children will never get away from the church. And definitely we will support us, especially the priestly ministry.
His Grace Dr. Paulos Mar Gregorios says, humanity has a special vocation as a priest of creation, as the mediator through whom God manifests himself to the creation and redeems it. What should be the perspective of a priest about the preservation of the environment and his response to the climate change?
As you all know, Gregorios Rimeni's thinking was very high, especially in the book The Cosmic Man. Very well explains about all these things. And he was, after all, a universal scholar. And Gregorios Rimeni describes humanity as the priest of creation. The meaning that priests have a special duty to care for the environment. This perspective means priests should actively support efforts to protect the nature and address the climate change. By doing so, they show that caring for the earth is an essential part of their faith, reflecting their responsibility to honor and safeguard God's creation. That is what exactly in the book of Genesis it says that. Till it and keep it. It's the duty entrusted to the human being to protect the nature, to protect the environment. And indirectly, this duty is entrusted to the priest, and we have to take care of them. And that's why, in fact, we usually used to include the prayer in the Holy Liturgy, Divine Liturgy also. We usually used to pray for the environment, for the whole nation, for the whole creation. And it's the duty of every priest to work for it, pray for it, and to do the needful for it.
Mar Gregorios was a champion of interreligious dialogue and meetings, both at national and international levels. How well a priest helps the church live harmoniously in this multicultural and religious world?
A priest helps the church to navigate a multicultural and multi-religious world by fostering dialogue and understanding in line with Gregorios' teaching. Gregorios Rimeni always emphasized the importance of interreligious harmony and stating the dialogue of religions is not a luxury but a necessity. And the true dialogue fosters mutual respect and understanding. And Gregorios Rimeni literally promoted, especially in the multicultural and multi-pluralistic nature of the Indian scenario. And this is very more important. And the present day, it's more important. By embracing these principles, a priest can promote peace and cooperation, reflecting the spirit of unity central to Gregorios' vision, I would say.
Thank you, Acha, for your sharings and insights, especially your understandings about priesthood and your reminiscences about His Grace Dr. Paulos Mar Gregorios. Thank you so much, Acha.
Thank you, Shinu, for giving me a chance to open up, especially on behalf of the great legendary Gregorios Rimeni, to connect with the Orthodox Vaidika Sangam as well. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Acha.